Hi everybody, it's time for the weeklies from June 1st to June 15th. Just want to tell you that the Facebook contest will be announced tomorrow, the winners for May. However, the contest will continue, so please, if you haven't joined Facebook pages, just do, and every comment, every share, everything is like earning you one entry toward the contest that will be for June. So it will be 3 extra readings of 20 minutes, so join in. Another thing this month is your Ex Coming Back series is coming out shortly in about a week. So if you want to get a reading, this is still on a special for $50 instead of $60. So contact me for your personal reading. So let's jump in and see your weekly readings. Hi Leo, welcome to your bi-weeklies. I'm going to do a little bit different this time. I'm going to use the advice card. You have messages already, like you have Queen of Pentacles and you have the World reversed. So it talks about being pragmatic, talks about being realistic, and also talks about kind of getting stuck in some kind of happy space and not really moving on. Lots of messages here as well. Let's see, what's this all about? You have the Emperor, which will be you, royalty, and it talks about stability. You will be in control, and Knave of Wands, kind of studious, moving forward with your agenda. Hey, are you guys getting married? The Hierophant, establishing the boundaries, and in some respect financially it might be kind of a little bit stagnation period. Okay, Leos from the June 1st to June 15th. Let's see what is in the store for Leos from June the 1st to the 15th. Leos. All right, Leos. Nine of Pentacles, Knave of Swords reversed, 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, 5 of Swords, Strength reversed, 5 of Swords reversed, the Strength reversed, the Empress. So you had the Emperor, now you have the Empress, and you have Knight of Wands. Really interesting period, Leo's over here. So let me think. So basically this is telling me that you guys are going through some financial readjustment, and basically you have money on your mind. 9 of Pentacles talks about accomplishment, and this is your goal. 4 of Pentacles talks about gathering power. 6 of Pentacles, giving and receiving physical resources, which has been in the past, the exchanges. There is like certain kind of like physical needs. And 2 5s that talks about instability, and I think it's overall good. Kind of like you are really trying to uncover everything, every secret. Like you have 2 pages, which kind of like means it will be moving forward. So I would really say that you guys are really reconsidering how you are approaching your money matters. Also 9 of Pentacles is talking about singlehood and kind of like being extremely stable and really proud on your 2 feet. And then you have the Empress here, which again reinforces that kind of like this is the card of feminine principle, of kind of a gentle guidance. Like you had the Emperor, which is a masculine principle, kind of like, but both of them like basically means you have a crown on your head, which kind of like is the music to your ears, Leos, right? Also this is your card, Leo, 8 the Strength, which is reversed here, so it's going to be interesting. So let's go from the past. This is kind of like give and take and gathering resources. When this card comes out, it's calling for you to kind of revisit if you're doing this properly, and I think you were, because this is kind of a wish card. Whoa, and this is another 8 over here, which is kind of communication. So you have established something in the past that you're bringing to the present, which kind of like is very effective, and it works on all levels. So whatever you were doing, keep doing that, Leo. It works. There is, however, this fear that you'll be left out in the cold, and maybe kind of like issues in how to move forward. You see, again, it's like indecision. Like this is kind of, right, would be, which way do you choose? Do you choose your head? Do you choose your, like, I mean, heart? When it's reversed, it's kind of like refusal to make a decision, because there is something that is still having a hold on you. Yeah, look, you have yet another 5. So now this is the 3rd one. This is like really significant that this kind of period will be unstable. So it looks like you're guarding resources. You do have a goal. You do know where you're going, but it's kind of a period of stagnation. And there was like also some kind of breakup. Like the 4, which is kind of crowning you, is gathering power. So it's like, looks like it's almost like strategizing to go forward. Yeah, and this is kind of like some kind of proposal that's going to be given. This could be a love proposal, or this could be something that you're really emotionally connected to. Ouch. It could be something that is still kind of like lingering on you, like something from your past. Well, this card, of course, is like one of like these cards that you really hate to see. It's learning of something that caused you sorrow, right? And like now these 2 cards can actually be seen together, that some proposal has been made, or like direction that you went into before was that it was a choice that really didn't work well, and this is why you're kind of guarded to a point, and you're kind of like reconsidering this, and this is where the sorrow comes through as well. This could be talking about the 3rd party, which could be a person, it could be a project. I mean, mind you, I have the 3 people here as well. So I'm starting to think that you had these issues with somebody getting their fingers into your relationship, and this is why in the core over here you have this like 9 of Pentacles, which is establishing yourself how to be as solid as you can on your 2 feet. So let's see. You see, this is the 9 of Pentacles, and I really don't like to call this card a single card, because it's really talking about achievement. It's really talking about being very safe in who you are and how you want to go about your life. It is like talking about a plenty, right? And it's like absolutely talking about understanding of how resourceful you are, and how basically you walk on this, you know, planet. Very much unlike this card here, which signifies kind of like feeling of loss, right? This kind of like, it's certainly asking you to figure out the way of creating abundance, because this is kind of like giving you illusion of lack, and maybe that you are overlooking something, right? At the same time, this is not all as it seems, but you seem to be dwelling on certain things in this case, right? And feeling that somebody maybe pulled the rag underneath of you. But then you get to this stage which is talking about being disciplined, being self-reliant, you're exercising restraint and self-control, right? So all these great purses, you're not purchasing 10 of them. So this is basically the final stone that is being placed in the foundation, and talking about having many tools at your disposal, using your resources wisely, and solidifying the foundation in material world. Somebody who is like very disciplined, I don't know, diligent, and completing the work that maybe has started a while ago. And it is a 9, it's kind of like approaching this phase of completion, right? So yeah, after that it's full, like I have finished this phase, now I'm starting new. I'm getting rid of the baggage, I'm very light on my feet, and it's time to move on, which means giving up on certain things, moving in a new direction. You see, this again talks about possible breakup or leaving behind something that didn't work. When Queen of Swords comes reversed, it's like literally it like generally is being represented as somebody who is not really nice. I really think that's fall. Like, I mean, of course, it's like somebody who been through a lot on a bad day, and maybe it just talks about a little bit of unfiltered approach, but it certainly tells me there are many levels over here. Like, you have swords, you have wands, and you have pentacles, and yet you have a major arcana. So this is like telling me that, you know, a new direction is going to clear the obstacles over here, and it looks like you do have obstacles that you need to address. I'm just still looking at it because the next card here is Knave of Swords, right? The Queen of Swords generally talks about that you need to assert your independence, stand up for yourself, follow your intuition, try something new. Just maybe the approach could be a little bit unfiltered, which kind of like we see in Knave of Swords. And this is basically asking and calling for you to act decisively, you know, but at the same time, just like here, keep your temper kind of in check, and choose your words carefully, right? Because it can really mean intense, impulsive person who kind of later kind of ends up regretting. Generally, like, it's advised kind of try a tactful approach versus taking a swipe. And it looks like that you might be unraveling certain secrets, or that you'll have issues with children. And this also can indicate a younger person, somebody who is hyperactive, ADHD, that kind of things, and things will have to be placed in balance. This also in particular can talk about this like air signs, so Aquarius in particular and Libra. But generally, it is really calling for achieving a balance. And you'll be working on it. Like, you have the Hanged Man, which is basically looking at a different perspective. This is really good card where, you know, you realize that, you know, other people may kind of like take your messages in the wrong way. And it's almost a surrender. It's sacrifice that is kind of like self-sacrifice, that, you know, not everything happens in life according to your timetable, and kind of like reminds us here that delay is in our best interest, and time for us to let go of anything that is unhealthy, and sort of like our preconceived ideas how we want things to be, right? So hence, you know, here is like being inactive and surrendering yourself, and to see how things will work out. See, it still kind of is coming back to certain issues, emotional issues, when Eight of Cups kind of comes back, like, right, like this is somebody walking away if you really look at this kind of situation, and it's leaving something behind, right? But when we have here, it's talking about staying in some kind of less desirable situation. So you're going through kind of like this time, really not charging ahead, still kind of thinking about how to resolve certain things that have happened in the past already, right? So there is like this Five of Swords, which kind of like I call a breakup card. Really, it is like situation where everybody loses, and it indicates three people as well, and kind of like unfortunate thing. It could be something regarding a love choices. So Lovers reversed, right? It talks about sort of matchmaking going average, I would say. Kind of denying maybe what you really want as well, not forging ahead because you had a Chariot there as well. Yeah, Four of Cups is definitely this is definitely talking about some kind of inner struggles that you have. It could be a depression as well that is kind of experienced. So hence, that's why the environment feels that you need to gather your strength. You're not being yourself, right? Do the planning. Two of Wands definitely talks about some partial success, kind of where do you look, what kind of horizon do you see over here. It is kind of a little bit old, a little bit new. It is creative planning, mapping progress. and basically trusting the unknown, trusting this process that is basically taking place. And again, just like a hangman, kind of like when you reconfigure yourself and your vibration is proper, you kind of attract certain level of people, and this is like transition, showing the transition is happening. And be very careful not to get yourself involved in situations, or maybe because this is in the environment that other people see that you're in an unhealthy situation for yourself. And again, this shows like, I mean, extra people, unhealthy attractions, temptations, kind of going against yourself, really. So this is calling for you reclaiming your focus, reclaiming your love for yourself, putting a crown back. Talks about be very careful about being overly emotional, reversed. Maybe there is another woman involved or another partner, and somebody who... Be very careful that your fantasy world doesn't take you in a direction that maybe it wouldn't be nurturing to you. That's probably the best way to read it. Maybe, you know, it was a third person, it is a third person, because I see it from there, there, and there. This could be the third person, which could be a water sign, but it's also telling me she's not really important over here, and it's telling me that like things are really happening in your own head, right? Yeah. And look, this like there is like a Queen of Cups. There is going to be a couple, and you are like experiencing some kind of couple, right? This is a fantasy world card, so almost looks like, because this is a card of creation, you're creating certain things in your head that maybe have no foundation in reality. And then we have Nine of Wands. Really good for you, Leo. You're like one. It's really good to kind of finish with this. It's someone who acts quickly, strong will, inspiration, passion, kind of like moving forward, teamwork. It is again card of 3, but this time it is like working in your favor, and you're working toward this domestic harmony. You're still not there because this building is in a process, but this is where you want to be. There is like something that is disrupting your family harmony. So let me try to clarify something. All right, so where is my gypsy thing? Let me see, what is this Devil card? What is that? Is it gambling? Are you gambling on something? I mean, it doesn't have to be money, people. Yeah, it can be gambling on a situation. It could be gambling at your work. It could be gambling in your life. It's simply talking about making wrong decisions, but it's not you. It's simply how your environment is affecting you. They're like really putting pressure on you, and you feel, in fact, that the pressure they are putting on you is not really what you want, and it will put you in some kind of peril which absolutely wouldn't work for you. So let's see, what is this all about here? What is this Devil card here all about? Yeah, it is about somebody you know, or maybe your choice, and it looks like there is influencing. You see, you have the Lover, you have melancholy, and you have sorrow, right? So somebody's talking you out of from somebody, right? So if there is still somebody in your life, or maybe somebody that you suffered through it, it's basically I think this is what it is. It's a push and pull between you and environment and advice that you are getting. It's a battle. You don't feel that that advice is useful for you. And then let's see here, who is this couple here, because I think this could relate. Who is this couple, and what is the advice over there? I think that's really figment of the imagination. So you have the Old Woman, Consolation, and Messenger. So yeah, again, it's telling you be wise, because you see, this is not a good card when it's reversed, and this is not a good card when it's reversed. So it tells me that some messages, like, really you're not getting assurances that you need, and the communication is not flowing the way it should be because they're reversed. And again, it could reconfirm your feeling of feeling alienated in a situation. This could be also your fear. So it's kind of like, please face your fears. Let's check this one out. What is this coming back, and this hold together, thinking through the issues? Are you going to be able to let go of control here, Leo? It is something considering some domestic situation. It could be legal issues. It could be something trying to reconfigure the deal, the service, right, is reversed, the priest is reversed, and the house is reversed, right? So it will be something that is really impacting you, possibly somebody you're married to, right? Because you're coming back to it and really thinking how to do it. You're not really charging ahead, and this also shows stagnation, and you're trying to figure out how to make things work for you, how to make them a service for you. And lastly, let's see this one. What is advice for this cooperation? This is for these 2 weeks for Leo. What is advice for Leo over there? How to get to that domestic bliss? It looks like you're really, like, because you see you guys started with 9, you ending it on 10. It's literally you're pushing through lots of issues, lots. So what is that advice there for Leo? The widower. There is like something that has to be put to an end. The widower is somebody who is well, this is that sadness or mourning or energy that like this is the obstacle. Still, it could be a younger woman that is affecting this. This could be your daughter. Yeah, altogether there's like this feeling, right? Like, so this is calling for you to have this light feeling, because right now I have like all this kind of reversed, right? So you have a widower, you have young woman, and you have frivolity. So it's a heavy energy that you're experiencing, and it's asking you to reverse it. And this is why asking you to kind of join the table, and this talks about really heart-to-heart conversations and how to kind of like move this forward. So Leo, you'll be dealing with lots of issues, lots of things from the past will be resurfacing. You will be re-experiencing the pain, and you won't be listening to advice from anybody. You'll be listening to your heart. All I'm saying is just don't have overactive imagination, because it looks like you have potential of creating yourself unnecessary, let's say, pain. Okay, give me advice for Leo. Reconciliation. See, someone from your past is returning to your life. So just as I said, people will tell you just step away from this person, do not do it, but you do have a person coming to your life. I just want to see, is there something that you have to look for? You see, this is what happens, and I keep telling to people in my private readings, you guys have to stand on your 2 feet. When you show to the world that you don't need anyone, that you want them in your life, you don't need them, all of a sudden things start to turn around. Yeah, you see, that was like a wife. Maybe there was another person in there, because you had a priest there, and you will be the one chosen. Yeah, this person is, looks like is going to, this person is going to sink herself. That's right, this person is going to sink herself, and something will happen to the other person. It looks like there was a third party, and it was some kind of breakup, and now it's coming back. It's coming back, even though the other people don't want you to come back. Really interesting. See, and here's like the widower. So absolutely it could have been a younger person involved. You let me know. I would love to know what, guys, you think. Thanks, Leos, for listening. Please subscribe, like, share. Please join my Facebook, and for private readings, please contact me via my website www.cattarot.ca. Thanks. Love you.